And finally, Carol Weisman. Carol is an internationally known speaker, author, trainer, consultant, and the president of Board Builders.
I am going to stand up. I have dreams too. I dream of staying out of courtrooms. I don't dream of a purple Lamborghini. I don't dream of changing the world. I dream of a cure for cellulite. I was asked to speak about women in philanthropy. Nothing could be easier. Women in philanthropy go together like peanut butter and jelly, like French fries and ketchup, which is why the cure for cellulite is a problem. But at any rate, I want to tell you about something that happened today, something that happened 20 minutes ago. There's a woman in this room who said to me, wait a second, there were 4 girls up for this award and one won and the other 3 didn't. And you know what she did? She gave 3 scholarships to the other 3 young women. According to the book Woman, Wealth, and Giving, 82% of all philanthropic decisions are made by women. 82%. So go home or go back to work. Inspire a guy to make a decision. They're only 18% making decisions. It's pathetic. But I want to tell you a little bit about my story, and it really began with my first time I ever went to a Boys and Girls Club. And I was working in Rochester, New York, and it was that incredibly powerful mind meld. It was like Norman Rockwell and Spike Lee had come together in their brains. It was this incredible scene. There were these responsible adults standing behind these girls, and these young girls, junior high school, had baked cupcakes, and they were all lined up. And on the other side of the table were all of these guys. And they were like 13 and 14, and they're kind of slouching around, and they're lusting for both. And I thought, this is such a perfect place. This is such a perfect place. It was safe. Girls were making a difference. And I said, do you like to bake? And this young girl said to me, I like to make money. Yes! She will be buying the other purple Lamborghini. But that's what the Boys and Girls Clubs are like. They're safe. Children learn to be the best they can. I want to tell you a little bit about my path. It really started with my mother. My mother did not learn how to read till 4th grade. And she really struggled with learning to read. And she had trouble learning how to write. In fact, she got expelled from school in 2nd grade. What happened was, she was born in 1919 in Germany, and the teacher said, if you use your left hand to write one more time, I'm going to smack you. And my mother said, if you hit me, I will kick you. And they were both good to their word. And my mother got expelled. She eventually did very well. She immigrated to the United States in 1947, and she was one of the first women doctors here in St. Louis. She got the job. There were only 2 women, and they both got the job for the same reason. They thought they were men. One was Dr. Jessie Turnberg. Some of you may know Dr. Turnberg, who's unfortunately deceased. And she was a surgeon, and they thought Jessie was a guy. My mother's name was Renata. They thought she was a guy. And so they arrived, and they had no idea where to put them because there were no places for women residents. At any rate, she really struggled and did well. And just like you were saying, it's about hard work. And so when my children were very young, they were diagnosed as dyslexic. At age 34, I figured out why I was having so much trouble in school, because I was obviously dyslexic as well. And if it weren't for this one incredible school, I would be standing someplace saying, would you like fries with that? Paper or plastic, or welcome to Walmart. But in fact, I did go to a spectacular school. The whole district was wonderful. And my charitable dollars, as well as my time and efforts, go to the Ladue Education Fund. That's right, I grew up on the mean streets of Ladue. But in fact, here I was. I graduated Ladue as a 2.6 student. I was a very average student. And yet I got so much attention and so much help that when I went off to college, I graduated in 2 years. And the reason was, 2.5 years. And the reason is that without taking a single advanced placement course, I tested out of the first year. Now, I didn't go to a great school, so in 1967, I went to the University of Denver, and for those of you who weren't even born in 1967, much less reading Playboy magazine, Playboy magazine said that they did not rate the students at the University of Denver with other students when it came to partying, because they did not rank amateurs with professionals. So I had this wonderful time at college, and then I went to WashU for grad school. And how many of you went to WashU? Party school? No. Okay, so that was the end of the party. But at any rate, I started realizing that I wanted to do more. And so many of us do, and we all have that same idea. When I win the lottery, right? The chances of my winning the lottery are less than any of yours, because I don't play the lottery. And so it's really difficult to win the lottery if you buy a ticket. But if you don't buy a ticket, then it's much, much less. It's really around zero. But in fact, whether you're uber rich or you drive for Uber, you can be a change maker. And I'll tell you how. You can think way in the future. In fact, you can think beyond your lifetime and think of a planned gift. Basically, when you include something you love in your estate, you're making a legacy. And here's the deal. 65% of all Americans do not have wills. And if you don't have a will, what happens is that if your estate is over $1 million in the state of Missouri, the lawyer appointed by the judge gets a minimum of $26,000 if you don't bother getting a will. If you have an estate over $1 million, would you please stand? Flint Fowler would like to see you. But in fact, where do you want your money to go? Do you want the government making the decision, or do you want to make the decision? You need to do 3 things. Take care of yourself for the rest of your life. Have enough money for that. Take care of those you love. And then take care of the charities. My favorite charities are in my will for 3 reasons. Number 1, I don't plan to die. Number 2, I don't miss the money today. And And number 3, and this is really the most important reason, is that I don't want my husband Frank's next wife to get my money. Every one of you is a change maker. Just by coming here today and supporting the Boys and Girls Club, you've made a difference. Go and see the Boys and Girls Clubs. They're amazing. It's just down on Grand Avenue. You make a left past Powell Hall, and you come into a wonderful world. And it's a world of change and difference. In closing, I want to teach you the change makers cheer. Ready? Do we have any former cheerleaders in the room? Help me out. Stand up, cheerleaders. Stand up, all the cheerleaders. Yay. Okay. Now, some of us did not sit at the cool girls table in school. All of us are sitting at the cool girls table today. So everybody stand up. Okay. Even the guys, Ted, you're sitting at the cool girls table. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to do it slowly, and then we'll all do it together. I aspire to inspire before I expire. Okay, are we good to go? Okay. I aspire to inspire before I expire. One last time. I inspire to expire before I expire. Thank you all.